Going on YouTube? Mike here. Just coming at you, giving you an update on what's been going on. Went through a serious bout of depression in the last probably week and a half. That's why I haven't been on, which is more the reason why I should get on. So aside from getting this place in order and trying to make videos yesterday, unfortunately I had to adjust the settings on my cam for these recordings because it would cut off after 15 minutes and I wouldn't even know. I'd be like rambling at the face, and you know, I'm like, awesome, let's go over, we'll upload it and stuff, and then there's half a video. So that's kind of what we're working with today. Plus I picked up some video editing software, and I'm hoping that you guys can give me your input. What would be better, you know. Also, you know, I'd like to know things that you might want, you know, you might want to see, whether it be gaming footage, because I do game a lot. Am I that great? Nah. Well, it depends on the game. Right now we're playing Red Dead 2 online, and I have to say, because I decided to put it down for a little while and pick up GTA 5 again. And now that I look back on it, I think Red Dead 2 is much better for my sanity, because you don't really get chewed out and cursed at by 8-year-olds on Red Dead 2. I mean, granted, I'm sure they're out there, but it's night and day from you know, going on Grand Theft. Basically, all I do with Grand Theft is go on, make sure things are updated, and I back out now. You know, I know it doesn't sound manly, but yeah. So that's what I've been doing for the most part. That and trying to get all my tools and stuff situated. I'm interested in forging and blacksmithing at this point in my life. I'm 48 now. So I'd like to have something to do, you know. Let me back up here a little bit so the chairs and keep hitting that. So yeah, I mean, once I get started, I mean, we have to build the forge first, but that's pretty easy. But yeah, once we get done, I mean, I have a ton of stuff to work with, from antlers for handle material down to spring steel. You know, for me that's pretty cool. Now don't get it wrong. I'm very new at this. This is something that, you know, of course, you know, everybody watches Forged in Fire and immediately they want to do this. For me, it'd be good because, as you can see, I'm not very svelte. I'm not skinny, and my weight's fluctuated throughout the years. Jesus, almost like 65, 70 pounds in either direction. And I decided yesterday to get back on my diet, which isn't really even a diet. I just count calories for the most part. I take in 1,900 a day and I'm good. Getting my sleeping pattern back to normal. Due to COVID, a lot of people in my household weren't working and or were put out on medical leave based upon pre-existing conditions, and with COVID going around, it wasn't, you know, a good idea to go to work. So what I decided was I got to get my sleep back in order. So I mean, I was in bed by 7:30 last night, and believe me, it's not like an old guy thing, because I can burn the midnight oil with the best of them. Not as much as I could when I was 15 or 16. Back then, you'd stay up until you finally passed out. Now I can do 12 hours, maybe 14, and that's about it. But yeah, so dealing with the last week and a half, because I said and I discussed procrastination, which is something that I'm completely guilty of. Sometimes it takes the motivation. I mean, I got one comment, maybe two on my last video, and the one comment was awesome. And I'm sure if you are the one that commented out there, you know who you are. So what I did was, I took the week off, got my head checked out, you know, by myself basically. All I did really was just try to kick back and really not think about anything. And yeah, I mean, it's depression is not simple, you know. It's one of those push and pull games, you know. The more you push back at it, the more it pulls you away from thinking correctly. But yeah, that's about it. That's basically what I got right now. As far as like things such as mental illness, if I even said that correctly, it's one of those two-word things that you can easily slur. But that's another thing. Oh, mental illness. Okay. I was diagnosed when I was 7, and up until maybe 7 years ago, we tried everything, you know, herbal remedies, you know, regular medication. And 7 years ago, they finally got it right. Now, does that mean anxiety and your depression is done? Of course not. You got to work on that every day. And that's kind of what I do these days, you know. I try to work on myself as much as possible. And, you know, basically try not to be a douche for the most part. And I know a lot of douchebags. And, you know, it's funny because I look at my friends list on Facebook, and it just gets smaller and smaller and smaller because I can't afford the negativity in my life, you know? I mean, it's funny because I look at it like it's on the same line as relationships that, you know, aren't necessarily going great. You know, I mean, I've been with a few women who literally were, and this is not bashing women, but they were like psycho moron chicks, I swear to God. And I say that because, you know, anytime I'm in a relationship or what have you, or a situation where I'm working with somebody, I try to put my best foot forward every day. Now, unfortunately, you know, you can't be responsible for the other person's expectations. You just got to do the best you can on a daily basis. And that's what I do. And, you know, years ago, you know, I was in a bad relationship. I was on my way out of it. And that was really what it came down to, was I can be completely miserable all by myself. I do not need anybody's help to screw up my day or life. I'm pretty good at that. Give me 1 second. But yeah, so there's a lot of things that I really want to discuss over, you know, the next however long this channel's around, which I hope it gets bigger and becomes more successful. But if I were to sit here and talk to you about mental illness and things of that nature in one video, I'd easily overrun my memory card. But needless to say, I've kind of been through the mill, so I know what is good for me and what's not, and the people I know. I have like a small circle of friends. That's another thing. Trust. Boy, that's a real bitch. I don't even think it's as much trust as it is loyalty. You know, people fuck you over. It's like the last thing you're thinking about, you know, when it happens is, oh my God, man, you know, I trusted this person. You know, unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't work out the way you planned. But hopefully these videos get better, because like I said, it's only been a couple of days, but I mean, I've made other videos that have not made it to YouTube because they were just complete, you know, completely bad. So I decided to, you know, shit can all that. I made a video last night. Like I said, it was a decent video. I thought it went really well. And, you know, I'm watching it back to take a look at it, listen to the audio quality, video quality, and take a look at that. And halfway through it cuts out. I'm like, what the hell? Well, apparently it turns out that my that my camera times out after 15 minutes. So, you know, a life lesson, always read the manual. But yeah, excuse me. So that's what I'm going to be basically doing for the next couple of days, is I'm going to be hitting up YouTube with a few videos here and there. You know, some of them will be short, some of them will be long. I mean, granted, we have to see, you know, when we get to that point, you know, what we're doing. But yeah, if anybody out there wants to discuss a certain topic, you want to make recommendations for the channel, I'm more than, you know, open to any criticism. I mean, if I suck, tell me I suck, you know, because that right there gives me the motivation to get better at what I'm doing. So, like I said, you know, I'd like to, you know, do some live streaming in the future. I got to pick up an access point to do so, unfortunately, because I live in a ranch-style house. I'm at one end. The modem, I mean, not the modem, but the router's at the opposite end of the house. Yeah, I know, great layout. But I can sort of get Wi-Fi in my room, which is basically, I mean, this is where I spend most of my time. Isolating? No, that's not my gig. I mean, with the lockdowns and stuff, me being bipolar, I mean, it's my bread and butter to isolate, so I didn't have a problem in the past year aside from like weight gain and stuff like that just from being inactive. But I also suffer from ADD, which is probably why I'm all over the page. Sometimes it takes a little while for me to realize, damn dude, you're like all over the damn place. But, you know, I decided to do this and try and do it seriously because I've had this channel for quite some time and I've really never done anything with it. Procrastination comes right into mind. And I'm also, like I said, I have a problem with, as I'm doing it, I have a problem with focus, you know, staying focused on one thing. You know, most people, well, a lot of people anyway, can focus on this one thing and, you know, kind of keep something else in their back of their mind over here. My problem is I think about everything at once. Now, I know that sounds like impossible, but I have so many thoughts running through my head at any given time that it's hard for me to stay on one subject. And I always tell people, listen, if I'm starting to like, you know, trail away from it, just, you know, let me know. And they do, and it's annoying because, you know, you can't, I really can't help it. But, you know, I'd like to ask you guys, what are some of the things you do to cope with those downtimes, especially when you don't feel like doing anything? I mean, I know it's a pretty simple question, but we're complicated people. You know, anybody that suffers from mental illness. So basically, yeah, you know, if you have any suggestions, any comments, you know, put it in the comment section below. And definitely hit the notification button and hit the bell icon so that way anytime I upload a video you'll be sure to get it. Granted, they're nothing special right now, but I am putting myself out there. And years ago they used to have a show called, I think it was William Shatner's Raw Nerve, and he'd have people come on and they were hard questions. And that's kind of what I need. I need questions. I need things to keep myself motivated. And to be honest with you, I mean, like I said, the channel is very small. I mean, I've got a decent amount of followers for not touching it. I mean, granted, I don't even know how many I have. Between like 1,000, maybe even less than that. But for a channel that's had zero traction in the last 8 years, I mean, I've got 2 or 3 videos online, and that's it. I got rid of everything else because, you know, I want this to be something that I can do on a daily basis to get me out of my head and hopefully to, you know, get someplace in the world of YouTube and streaming and all that stuff. I know I've been kind of all over the page because, you know, I keep reiterating things over and over. If I even use that word right. It's been a while since I was in school. So yeah, I appreciate you guys taking the time and being patient with me while I embark on this journey. Now, I'm also going to be scheduling a doctor's appointment for next week so I can get weighed and all that. And that's going to be another one of my things on this channel is my weight loss goals. You know, I mean, right now, I don't even know how much I am. I'm probably 315, 320. But I want to get down to 265, 270. And a lot of people are like, well, that's still way too heavy. You know, everything's different for every person, and I believe that. Years ago, I used to help train people as much as it doesn't look like it. I used to help train people because I had met a woman, moved in with her, everything's going great. Then we decided, well, she basically had 2 bad hips. And no, she wasn't really old. She wasn't old. She's only early 40s, but she had hip dysplasia, quite like dogs get. And she had to have, I mean, her leg bones came up, so they didn't turn in to the socket. They went straight, so they were always hanging outside, and she just ate up the sockets for forever. And she had double hip reconstruction at the New York Hospital for Special Surgery, which that place is phenomenal. And during that time, basically I needed a place to stay. She needed somebody to take care of the daily, cleaning of the house and all this stuff while she recouped. And that was kind of the gig, I mean, we were seeing each other before that, but this actually made it a live-in situation. And, we basically, took care of, each other for the most part. Her with moral support, me helping to do the physical stuff. But somewhere along the line, we started going to the gym. And this wasn't like, Gold's Gym where everything's gleaming and shining. You can see Chad in the side of the dumbbell with the reflection over there doing these ridiculous lats. These ridiculous like lateral pull downs, and it's just like amazing. But no, I didn't get that. I got like the Rocky Balboa of gyms where every machine was different. It was a different brand, different year. You go downstairs where all the bangers hang out, you got all the free weights. I mean, these things, they have like rust on them. But it was cool because it's not like going to Planet Fitness. No grunting here or we'll have to make you leave. I mean, that's all you had at this gym was people screaming their friggin' heads off, man, trying to get this weight up. But that's where I learned, I learned nutrition, I learned, everything that here's the point I'm getting to. Everything I did back then, I can do now. Granted, I'm older, so it's going to take a little more work, but I'm quite sure it's going to come off really well. And, I mean, what was it, about 3 weeks ago, I weighed myself, and I literally was under 300 for the first time in 20 years. So I do know I can get back there. Everybody tells me to friggin' walk, and to be honest with you, my knees and my back are like the only thing that really keeps me from doing it. I'll walk once around my block, and people will giggle about it. Oh, just once. Well, I don't even know how to explain. I have spinal stenosis, I know that. But I also, like I said, I have bad knees, bad ankles. So once I drop some weight, it's going to become a little easier. But hopefully everything's going to, go smoothly, and we'll get the weight off, and hopefully upload some more content. And like I said, if you want to see gaming footage, you want me to do reviews for things, I just want to get and find where I fit. You know what I'm saying? So if any of you guys out there have a comment or anything that can, benefit the channel or even myself, as far as my own mental well-being goes, that'd be great. So we're going to end this video and upload it. And the next one, I'm going to try actually working with some of the software and see how that works. And, because I'm going to watch some tutorials and see if I can get it to the point where, simple editing for me won't be a problem. All right, guys, I will let you guys go. I hope you have a great Thursday. Yes, I'm looking at my remote so I can hit the button to shut this cam off when I'm done. But yeah, hopefully you guys have a great day. Enjoy your weekend, and I will see you on the next one. Peace. What's going on, YouTube? Mike here. I just finished editing this video that I'm going to upload, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up that it's my first time working with this software, so hopefully it looks okay. And if you have any, suggestions as far as, just learning about, video editing software, I'd be completely grateful for that. And if you could, like I said, just put it down in the comments, that way I can see it, respond to it, and hopefully it'll help me get better at what I'm doing here. But yeah, that's basically it in a nutshell. I just figured, I hope you guys, enjoy this. Like I said, hopefully these videos are going to get a lot better. It's just a matter of getting used to being on camera, like I said. And as they say, cameras definitely put about 15 pounds on you. In my case, about 35, but it is what it is. If I can get past that, I'm good. But yeah, I just figured I'd come on here and just tack this video on to the end of the video, so that way, I can explain what's going on. Also, I did figure out that GoPro basically chapters your videos, because I said earlier in the video I'm going to upload that it kept cutting my videos off. Well, now I know that it chapters them, so as far as video editing, I can just put them one after the other and it should be fine. But yeah, I just figured I'd give you guys a heads up, let you know what's going on. Hope you're having an awesome day, and yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next one. Peace.